Hi folks, John on the Wingman 115 channel. I am so excited to talk about knives, so stick around. I was cruising the internet and watching YouTube, and yeah, I'm a content creator and I also watch YouTube. One of the channels that I watch is Knife Center, and they were showcasing the REVO Nessmuk style folding knife on their channel a while back. So this was a Knife Center exclusive. One that caught my eye. I was sitting doing some work in the office. They said exclusive only Knife Center. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. Then I was like, holy cow, I really like the old school design in a folder. So I went over, like all you guys, impulse buy. I went right to the website, purchased it, and it came a couple weeks ago, and I thought I would share it with you guys. So what I'm going to do is do a quick cutaway. I'll do a specs rundown for you guys, and then we'll come back and talk about the Nessmuk Revo. Stick around, folks. Let me tell you, there's been a lot of really cool knives this year, and I've been pulling the trigger on a lot of them. I'm going to be showcasing them here on the channel real soon. Now, I know that the Ness folding knife has been around for a while. There's going to be guys in the comments that go, John, that knife's been around for a year. You're Johnny come lately. Yeah, I know, but this was an exclusive from Knife Center, and it has the really cool scales, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. A lot of times, I know if we're not the first in line to share videos and such like that, sometimes it doesn't get watched, but I'll tell you what, to the folks that are watching right now, I really appreciate your time and your viewership. So let's get right into this. First, let's talk about steel. D2 tool steel. This is a stone washed steel, and it's almost like a matte finish on there. Looks really nice. Also, a flat grind. You guys know that I'm a fan of saber and flat grinds. I'm not really a fan of hollow grinds. Guys, don't beat me up in the comments. It's just my opinion. I get to review a lot of blades and what works for me. My friend Jaime loves hollow grinds, and they work great for him. And that's in his wheelhouse. Me, I like a good flat grind and a good saber grind. Just works really nice. Now, overall length, 8 inches long. I think that's great for a knife of this style, that Ness style. Also, blade length, 3.6 inches long. I think that checks the box for a lot of knife laws in your state, your municipality. Always make sure to check what's legal and what's not legal where you live and where you travel also. But what really turned me on about this blade was the milled micarta on the handles. Just beautiful. And the way that the handle is profiled with that sweep at the end of it, it just looks awesome. Now, has a deep pocket clip, and you can put it on both sides. It is tip-up carry, so if you're right or left-handed, you'll be able to adjust it to either side. The liners are skeletonized inside, and it looks like stainless steel in there, and it has a liner lock. Now, I read some of the comments on some of the forums doing research on these blades, and some of the folks said that they were having issues with their liner lock not engaging. I've had this knife now for probably about a good month and a half. I've been playing around with it in the office. I've been cutting rope with it, cutting paper, doing all sorts of stuff. I've never had an issue so far, cross my fingers, with this blade. It's always indexed perfect. maybe they fixed it. Maybe they listened to the comments and fixed it. It was comments from about a year, maybe a year and a half ago on this model. But for this one, this Knife Center exclusive, really, really nice. I know you guys are going to ask about the pivot, and I couldn't find any information on what sort of bearing was in the pivot, whether it's ceramic or whether it's steel. But I can tell you is that it is smooth, and it's just getting smoother over time. Now for cost, I don't know. It looks like it might be metal ball bearings in there, but a little bit of oil, knife maintenance, you should be doing knife maintenance on all your stuff anyway, will really, really do the trick on that. Now let's talk about ergos. What I really like is the scales have a nice radius edge all the way around. So there's no hard edges for me to catch my fingers on. And as you guys know, I do a lot of stuff outdoors. I don't like to wear gloves. Just for that, I like to be able to feel what I'm doing, and that way a lot of times I see people get injured, especially with gloves on, because they can't feel the work and what they're doing. But I've been using this cutting, slicing, and I've had no hot spots other than a little bit up on the clip. The way the clip is, it hits right a little bit back behind the knuckle crease on my pinky. That's the only issue that I'm having. But other than that, I mean, using it opposite hand, no problem. But my strong hand, there might be just a little hot spot. But the thing is, it's not a deal breaker. The choil down where your index finger is, fine. And it feels so good. I know that a lot of people also talked about that there wasn't any jimping, and I think they stayed true to the original Nessmuk style knife and didn't put any jimping on there. I don't see any need for jimping on this blade. It just looks really nice, and let's do a little performance test with it. First off, right out of the box, let's see how well this is going to perform. I've not stropped this knife. I haven't touched it up, done anything to it. So let's see real quick on this piece of leather. Now I'm just doing a push cut. Let's try one more piece. Not bad, not bad. Push cut through leather. Really, really good. Now, have a piece of rope. Now I'm not saying that we're going to be able to cut through this on one slice. Of course, that would be nice, but let's count them and see how many attempts here to slice through this piece of rope. There's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I would have made it if I would have cut the rest of it. So 3.5, 4. Not bad at all. And I mean, if you're using it as a work knife, you're cutting cardboard, you're cutting rope, you're opening packages, or even if you're using it as a woods knife, you're going out in the woods and you're just gonna play around, you're making some fire sticks. I mean, can't go wrong with a Nessmuk style blade, especially in a folder. And you have this in your kit. I can tell you one thing, you break this out around the campfire at night around some bushcrafters, and it's going to definitely be a conversation piece. They're going to ask you where you got it, because I thought I am in the know on a lot of blades, but this one got me by surprise when I had the Knife Center video playing in the background, and then they talked about it, and I was like, what? So that really captured my attention when they started talking about a Nessmuk style blade. So let's break it down. Style, thumbs up, looks awesome. Flat grind, thumbs up. I like a flat grind. D2 steel, I like D2 steel. when it's done right. This seems to be done right. I've had no issues with it since I've been playing around with it, and you guys saw me do that push cut through leather and cut the rope. You know, the thing about D2, it's sometimes can be a bear to sharp, but it's a good learning curve to play around. Like me in your own backyard when it's 70-mile-an-hour winds in the local mountains today. It's just crazy. But I really like these micarta scales. Beautiful. Just makes it pop. And that's what sold me on this blade. They had a lot with G10, a bunch of different colors. Looked great. But the micarta just really gave this knife, I think, what it really needed. A little bit of like style and classiness. So if you're looking for a folder that isn't going to break the bank, that you get a little bit of that nostalgic memories with it, I don't think you can go wrong with the Ness folder. Now, I'll leave links to Knife Center down in the video description below if you guys want to learn more about this blade. And as always, folks, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, folks.